I believe in the last installment of Barbie Fest, we talked about how Barbie loves political assassinations because she likes princesses and we have to raise the stakes somehow. So we just have to have an assassination plot. There is one thing that she likes more than assassination plots, and a lot of times it's part of the plot, and that is kidnapping. If you subscribe to the thought that all of the Barbie movies are a child's imaginative play and she just has like the very intense imagination that, a lot of us girls had, yeah, I understand why people get kidnapped so much in her movies. Let's talk about that really quick. So if you're watching this video, you're probably my friend and I sent it to you, so thank you very much. Please send it to somebody. And if you are not my friend and you just clicked on this video, also thank you very much. You're my friend now too. I'm glad you're here. My name's Bailey, and on this channel, I yap about the things that I like. And something that I almost never do is remember to say, please like and subscribe, share, follow me on TikTok at BLYHDGN. I know those are supposed to go at the end, but I consistently do not do that. So we're just going to put it at the beginning. I should just make a clip of me saying that and then just put it at the end of every video. So, this week is Barbie Fest. I don't know what number we're on by now. It'll be in the description though. Not even the description. It'll be in the title though. So, this week we are talking about kidnapping. For this video, I'm only going to go into detail about Rapunzel and Mermaidia, two classics. There's a lot of honorable mentions, but not... I was trying to keep things a little bit even and not have it be super long. And there's a lot of kidnappings, so they ended up in other categories, okay? Here's the honorable mention. Princess and the Pauper, Mermaid Tale, Fairytopia, Fashion Fairy Tale, Fairy Secret, Mermaid Tale 2, Pearl Princess, Video Game Hero, Dolphin Magic, Lost Birthday, Mermaid Power, Skipper's Babysitting Adventure. Yikes! We'll start with Rapunzel. Wow, good notes, Bailey. When did Rapunzel come out? Barbie Rapunzel came out in 2002, and it was the second Barbie movie. And for some reason, I always thought that it was Pegasus. It's not. It's Rapunzel. I don't know why I thought that. So at the start of the movie, we have Barbie and Kelly, and Barbie is helping Kelly paint, and Kelly doesn't know what she wants to paint. She just wants to be told what to do. So Barbie tells her about Rapunzel. And when we start the Rapunzel part, she is painting the same picture as Barbie. Rapunzel has two friends, a rabbit named Hobie and a dragon named Penelope. And also, I know that Curtis Connor did a video about this movie forever ago, and I do feel that Rapunzel is kind of discussed to death. So I don't know that I really have anything notable to add to the conversation. But here we are. Gothel's coming home, so Rapunzel has to scramble to get everything put away, but there's paint on her face, so she gets caught. Gothel is really mean to her. And the weasel is weird. We all know this. I put it on last night to rewatch real quick before I do the video. And I looked up, spaced out, looked up, saw the weasel, and he looks like a turd. The animation quality and style, that's a dookie that moans. Penelope is a klutz, and I do think she makes Rapunzel's life a lot harder, but she gets bonus points because she is the one who opens the secret door that leads to everything else happening in the movie. Also, I feel like I remember there being weird toys of Penelope. The secret room that they found is full of trunks that Rapunzel has never seen before, including a box with a hairbrush that says, "Constant as the stars above, always know that you are loved." And it's a gift from her parents, but Gothel said that she was abandoned by her parents. Interesting. And then she finds a tunnel that leads out of the place where she's being held, and somehow walks really far, really, really fast, and ends up in a town. Personally, I feel Rapunzel should be more socially awkward if she was raised alone in a tower with only a bunny and a dragon for company. Penelope's father works for Gothel, and she's a disappointment to him because she can't really fly or breathe fire. Penelope is voiced by Cree Summer, so you instantly recognize it, and if you're not looking at the screen, I bet you picture any other character that you associate with her voice. For me, it was number 5, and also someone from Clifford. And also the Foley artist went crazy on this movie. It's so ASMR. We see some scary Kellys and a scary horse. I don't know why this horse doesn't talk. Blonde Kelly falls into a hole, falls into a pit, and Rapunzel helps her up. Instead of doing the obvious thing of letting down her hair, She like reaches in to grab her, and then the prince grabs her around her waist with his hands. Crazy. And we find out that blonde Kelly is his sister. The prince introduces the political intrigue. They're on the brink of war. Rapunzel runs home. We find out that the weasel had followed her. He's not just a weasel. He's also a rat. So Gothel reacts rationally and destroys all of her paint stuff and makes the tower taller and also takes out the door. I don't know who's going to clean her house now because she was having Rapunzel work for her. Okay, this note just says Tommy is just named Tommy. Why does everyone else get a name? Then Rapunzel has a dream about Stefan. Oh, that's the prince, by the way. His name is Stefan. Finding her and climbing up her hair. Also, the fancy hairbrush turns into a fancy paintbrush. It's magic. Gothel goes into town to get some info about the celebration that's coming up. It's for the prince's birthday, and the prince sent guards to find Rapunzel, and they get chased away by a dragon. And like, he is mad at them for not finding them, but he doesn't, like, he's nice to them anyway, which is a green flag. The town is destroyed by Wilhelm's men. Hobie and Penelope are real ones and pick some berries to try to make some paint for Rapunzel. Also, why is Penelope bipedal, but her dad is quadrupedal? I don't know if I said any of that right, but 2 feet versus 4. And then Barbie tries to paint and accidentally makes a portal that a butterfly flies out of. She comes out of the portal right where the prince is, and he is super nice to her. He agrees to help her figure out who made the paintbrush, and they take it to the silversmith? Yeah, the silversmith. And he recognizes it as his brother's work, but he really can't help them because he is unable to see his brother because of the feud. He lives in the other town with Wilhelm.
This occurred to me while I was editing, but at no point does Rapunzel mention that this paintbrush used to be a hairbrush. Is this silversmith's brother a magic silversmith, or did he create a hairbrush that then magic was added onto it? We never actually get closure for why the paintbrush / hairbrush was magic, and I'm thinking way too hard about it.
Hobie and Penelope back home realize that Gothel's on her way home and gotta figure out a way to let Rapunzel know and also get her back. The prince invites Rapunzel to his ball, and she does not realize he's the prince, homeschooled, and thinks that she's being invited as his +1. Every time she acts weird, he just replies with,
"Oh, she's so mysterious."
And he likes her more. Hobie stalls Gothel. Rapunzel draws the tower to make a portal home, but she draws the outside of the tower. However, she does end up inside her room. Don't you worry. The prince wants to end the feud. His dad does not. Also, his dad is definitely made with the Baker model. Rapunzel's really excited for the ball, so she uses her paintbrush to design some dresses, and I love how they used to animate glitter. Glitter used to look so good in movies. So Gothel reads the invitation and is pissed. So she cuts off Rapunzel's hair, discovers the portal, destroys it, breaks the paintbrush, kicks Penelope and Hobie out, and also chains up the big dragon. Then she just leaves. Also, listen to the sound that the chains on the big dragon make. I don't know what that sounds like, but not chains rattling. Then Gothel goes to the ball wearing Rapunzel's hair. And I don't know what this note means. I hope this doesn't work. Her head is a different shape. I think probably her disguise. I don't know. I would love to know what the notes I leave myself mean. You know what? I should have made impersonation a category. Gothel, pretending to be Rapunzel, goes into the hedge maze. The prince follows, and there's just no music playing. And it is kind of a chase scene, I guess. And normally there's music during these for Barbie movies, but just not this one. Like, the footsteps are extra crisp. I do kind of wish there was music. It's a little unsettling. Penelope defends Rapunzel to her dad, and he really can't do anything to free them, but does help them realize how Rapunzel can free herself, because the curse that Gothel said was about trapping a lying heart, and Rapunzel never lied, which means she can get out. The little kids help the prince attack Gothel. They need to go home. Get them out of danger, Stefan. Then Willem shows up and sword fights the king. Imagine just like being a random guest at this birthday party. It would be the weirdest night of my life. I would tell everyone about it for forever. Also, the prince joins in and fights knights. Gothel walks into the room and recognizes Wilhelm. Did you know they have a history together? He thought they were just friends. She thought they were in love. His response to her saying that is, "No, Gothel, I never loved you. My guy, she has been throwing magic at you. Maybe use a little bit of tact." Then we find out, and so does everybody else, that the feud is because Willem thought that Stefan's dad stole his daughter, but actually Gothel did, which is like a crazy thing to do to get revenge on someone who like friend zoned you or ghosted you. I'm not really sure how their relationship ended. Rapunzel lures Gothel out and sends her through a portal into the tower. Gothel releases the dragon to try to get Rapunzel, but Gothel releases the dragon as like a hey, let me out of here. But she's trapped because of her lying heart. And then all of her other spells fall apart for some reason, even though she's not dead. So I don't really know what that's about. Rapunzel and her Princey reunite. Rapunzel and her dad reunite. The kings apologize to each other. I honestly am not a fan of Willem's design. I do not like his beard or crown. This is kind of an outlier, and I don't think we see this model again. Stefan and Rapunzel get married, and low-key, Rapunzel's mom is hot. This is another model that they don't really use, but they should have used this one more. Hobie, Penelope, and Penelope's father all move into the castle. Gothel and apparently his name is Otto, the horny weasel, stay in the tower. Rapunzel enjoys her new freedom, but does not get a new dress. And I guess this story inspired Kelly to paint a picture. Did you forget that Kelly was in this about painting? Me too. Okay, I think the best dress is the sparkly dress that she doesn't pick. Does she pick it? This one's the sparkly one. Okay, so there's been like a lot of discussion about did Tangle rip off Rapunzel, Barbie Rapunzel? I think that would have to be its own video. Maybe I will do that later. I think I need to do more research into the Rapunzel fairy tale and different depictions of it, because I don't know how many times Rapunzel has been depicted painting. I mean, it makes sense for somebody who wants to leave the tower to imagine like and paint places. Like they need a hobby that's doesn't take up a ton of room. I mean, I do think the purple is a little bit suspicious. I don't know why Rapunzel is typically portrayed blonde, but we will just put a maybe for Tangled ripping off Barbie Rapunzel. I like Rapunzel. I don't know that this would be my favorite Barbie movie. I feel like I had a weird Rapunzel toy that it was like a topper on something. I'd have to do some research to put on a screen. I think we kept it in like the bathtub, so I wonder if it was on soap. I have no idea. It was just a little Rapunzel in her tower. But yeah, so I mean, it's fine. I think it has a lot of nostalgia shine on it for me. And I think that is something that we have to keep in mind when it comes to criticism of the Barbie movies is the best ones are always the one you liked most as a kid. And who knows why you liked one most as a kid? Was it the outfits, the singing, subliminal gay messaging? I don't know. But there are ones that are more recent that people younger than you will love. They've always been a little bit not great. On to the next Barbie movie. I'm only going to talk about one other Barbie movie in this video, and it's Mermaidia. I'm going to be really real with you. I did not like Fairytopia for a long time. When it first came out, I was like, I do not want fairies. I want princesses. I want ballerinas. I want ballet music at the very least, if you're not going to make her be a ballet dancer. So I was really not into Fairytopia. I also did not like the dolls. I know, do not boo me. There are people who love them. I was just not one of them. And then when I watched all the Barbie movies in preparation for Barbie Fest, I really liked Fairytopia, and I've come back to it a couple times, and I like Mermaidia. I think I like all the Fairytopia movies about the same, which is like, I do like them. I don't know what I was gonna say. So Mermaidia also skips out on the Kelly narrative device and just jumps into the story. First they recap the first Fairytopia movie. I think this was also the first sequel. This was the first sequel movie. It's not the only Barbie movie to get sequels, because there's Mermaid Tale 2. I guess maybe Barbie likes mermaids the most. Interesting. So we'll just jump into Mermaidia. So Alina likes being able to fly, but there's a part of her that worries that one day she's going to wake up and all of this was a dream. There is an ugly fairy following Bibble. And then we find out she actually wasn't following Bibble. She was following Alina to tell her that Nalu was captured. Nalu, the incredibly relevant and did a lot for the story guy from the first movie. And apparently only Alina can help with this. She has like god tier powers. Nobody can solve anything for themselves ever. It always has to be her. And she does get like a power upgrade out of it. But like, these people, they need heroes, I guess. Nalu has been kidnapped by the fungi. They want the immunity berry that makes you invulnerable to all magic. Nalu's not going to tell them where it is. So they put poison in the water that kills everything in it. Bioterrorism! Ecoterrorism! The poison also spreads very fast. Nalu panics, of course, because he has to protect his people and like the whole ocean, and says he'll take them to the berry. And I have to do some Googling. I'll put the text on the screen to see if I was right. But I think the ugly fairy was voiced by Pinkie Pie. She's a sea butterfly. This is not super related, but I do just want you to know, if you've never seen the sea ponies from My Little Pony before, I'm going to put some on screen. I'm desperate for one. These things are so funny to me. And you know I love buying stupid shit on eBay. Alina finds the poison water, and there's an ugly turtle there. There's a blue mermaid named Nori who's also there looking for Nalu. And she's heard a lot about Alina from Nalu. Nori's the jealous type, so she doesn't want to help Alina and wants to find Nalu by herself. The ugly turtle brings Alina and Bibble some seaweed that allows them to breathe underwater. Next, we see an ugly dolphin. I don't like the design of most animals in this movie. Nalu, meanwhile, is having the fungi just swim around in circles to try to stall. And this feels like the first Ken that can actually do things by himself. We meet some weird, ugly little mermaids who think that Nori and Nalu are made for each other. They need the merfairies to tell them where the oracle is so that they can find the immunity berry. But you have to be invited in by the merfairies for a snack. It's a good thing they're a little bit obsessed with Bibble. Also, the place where you get invited into is above water, so Nori does in fact need Alina. The merfairies give them a riddle to find the oracle, and Nori immediately tries to ditch Alina. Says, scary snail. Fake oracle is inside her shell. The snail is the oracle. Alina needs a tail to complete this mission, so she's given a pearl necklace that will give her a tail temporarily, but she has to be above water when the timer runs out. If she's underwater, she's a mermaid now. They need to find the Mirror of the Mist so that they can find where Nalu is. So then they go into the depths of despair. I love the drama of how everything is named in this movie. I think maybe that's why the Fairytopia ones are a favorite. They are so overtly dramatic. Alina is struggling to swim through it because she's not a mermaid. So she activates a necklace, trades her wings for a tail so that she can help save Nori. We cut back to the fungi. They are in a room full of berries trying to guess which one is the immunity berry. And we do actually see it. They find it. The girlies get magic tattoos. Crests of courage. So they see Nalu in the mirror and they deduce that he's not above water because it's bright, but also he's not dried out. But you have to go through geysers to get there, and we get an action sequence. You know how much I love action sequences. They go to the place with the magic berries, and there is a berry there that reveals your true self. And Alina kind of gives Nori shit and is like, is there a love berry? And Nori's like, I can't be with him though, because I'm a commoner and he's a prince. Also, I'm pretty sure he's in love with somebody else. And like, clearly she thinks that Nori has feelings for Alina. As we know, Alina is gay and she's dating Dandelion. That's why Dandelion doesn't come on any adventures, because she's like, dude, I gotta have you stay here. I'm not gonna get you into danger or trouble. We love a protective girlfriend. Alina is completely oblivious to Nori, thinking that Nalu has feelings for her. We get to sit through Bibble eating berries for comedic effect. I don't love Bibble. I know he's a meme. I think it's hilarious how tragic his toys were. I don't enjoy characters that just kind of make noise and that's the joke. So that's like Bibble, the Minions, the like singing slugs from Flushed Away. I suppose they could kind of talk, but just Scrat from Ice Age. They're not my favorite, but I am also almost 30. They appeal to kids, and this is children's media, so maybe I should just shut up about it. They do find Nalu, and he is tied up upside down. Bibble distracts the fungi so that he can be freed by the girls. This is a feminist movie. We get an action sequence of the girls trying to get the berry from the fungi. And also, during all of this, Alina is running out of time on her mermaid tail timer. So Alina does save the day. She catches the poison so it doesn't go into the water, but she runs out of time and has a tail when the timer runs out, which means she's going to be a mermaid now. She can't be a mermaid. She's dating a fairy named Dandelion. She has to go home. The fungi escape with the immunity berry. Psych. The berries were switched for one that looked like the immunity berry. It's actually a berry that reveals your true self that they just painted to look like the immunity berry, and that's what gets taken to Laverna. When she eats it, she turns into a frog. Nori grabs another berry to reveal the true self and gives it to Alina, and Alina's worried that if she eats it, she won't have wings anymore. She is reassured by both the mermaids that that doesn't matter because her true self is herself, not like her body. It's her person, the color of her character. And I do like that messaging. I know there's a lot of discussion online about Fairytopia being a disability analogy or story, and I like that there are people around her who say, like, even though, you know, because she was disabled by being a fairy without wings, and even though, like, I guess she's able-bodied now that she has wings, and they're like, regardless of that, you are you. The person that you are inside is you. And I do like that message for kids. Typically, it goes the other way that she thinks it's going, where she was able-bodied and will now be disabled and being told, like, the person is you. I think that is good for kids and adults to hear, especially because, dude, we do not know the long-term ramifications of COVID. You're more likely to become disabled than to become a millionaire. Maybe we should do more legislation-wise to help disabled people than millionaire and billionaires. But what do I know? I'm just a girl who sits in her room playing with dolls and talking about children's media. Okay, back to the movie. Alina eats the berry. And do you want to know what she gets out of the berry? An even better pair of wings. And a better dress. Good for her. Now, her dress is hot pink instead of light pink. I like it better. Alina tells Nalu and Nori that they both have a crush on each other. Then we see Alina eating the berry and turning into a frog, which, isn't she the Enchantress's sister? Is the Enchantress also a frog? This is never addressed. Is it like the true self of your inside? Alina has wings on the inside? That feels problematic. I choose to believe that the Enchantress is also a frog because that's funny to me. And then Alina gets home safe and tells Dandelion about her adventure. I'm so glad we got to see her girlfriend. Okay, best outfit is the hot pink dress at the end. Obviously, there's not really a lot of clothes in this movie. Low-key, not even low-key, there's not a lot of clothes in the Fairytopia movies. They don't change their outfits very much. It's pretty much only if you get magic outfit that you get a new outfit. I like when Barbie does mermaids. Clearly, I found my mermaid doll. You can see her hot pink hair. She is bright. I like Mermaidia. Sometimes I just watch that one to fall asleep because it is very, like, chill. Nice short video. Just 2 Barbie movies this time instead of a million. But pretty much, if you want to assassinate royalty, you kidnap them in the Barbie universe. Also, if you just want things to go your way, you kidnap somebody if you're the bad guy. When I played with Barbies as a kid, there was a lot of kidnapping plots in my imaginative play too. Kids just go crazy for that. I wonder... Okay, not to be controversial, but I wonder if that's why, like, the women on Facebook get so worked up about, like, my babies were going to be taken from me in the parking lot at Walmart by a random stranger who is clearly not interested in anything I've got going on because they're just here to grocery shop. Where that, like, whole fear, is it because there was so much media when we were kids about, like, kidnappings that we were convinced it was going to happen to us? Could be. I think social media is making all of us very scared of the people around us. Thank you for watching this video. If you made it all the way to the end, I love you. Today's question is, do you prefer when Barbie is a princess, a mermaid, a fairy, or regular? I think I prefer mermaid. I think I do. Because, like, I love Pearl Princess. I like Mermaidia. I like Mermaid Tale 1 and 2 a lot. I love the gay fish from Mermaid Tale. I personally think that Nori and Alina have great chemistry and are choosing, well, no, because Alina's in a relationship. So she and Nori can't be together because she's dating Dandelion. So, like, I think Nori's bi. She's a mean bisexual. And you know what? There's a lot of us out there. Nalu's an ally. I think bi-wife energy is giving men credit for women's identities, which was a weird trend to do. But I think he would, like, if he had social media, he'd post to the bi-wife energy thing. He's the only, like, capable Ken. A lot of times they end up just getting kidnapped or getting in the way. So shout out to this capable Ken. As far as, are there gay people in Rapunzel? I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but no. Although Rapunzel has only met like 2 people in her whole life. Okay, let's count them. Gothel, Prince Stefan, Blonde Kelly. Like, there is a point where she has met 3 people ever. And, like, she meets the other Kellys. She meets Tommy, her dad, her mom. Okay, so she knows, like, 10 people. I don't know if she's had the opportunity to explore that about herself, but she is committed. She does get married. Bar movies stop ending with weddings, and I think it was responding to criticism. And it did lead to things being gay. I could talk about that forever. I will make that its own video. Don't you worry. Even after we've talked about all the movies, I will still have more shit to say about Barbie movies, okay? Don't worry, I can talk about this forever. I, however, do not want to edit this for forever, so I'm going to end the video. So if you watched it, please like, please subscribe, maybe share, maybe follow me over on TikTok at BLYHDGN, and comment to let me know if you prefer Barbie as a princess, a mermaid, a fairy, a regular person, or some combo of the 4. And I will see you in the next video. Here's a reminder to donate to your local PBS station. Okay, bye!